Available on reverb.com at time of publication. Click on link below in description. This is the Ibanez S1620 Prestige made in 2003. The S Prestige series of the early 2000s were exceptional, and none are made this way anymore. They were far more musical, articulate, vibrant, great resonance, and lots of sustain. So what happened and why? But first, a short demo of this wonderful guitar. It is primarily to do with the neck method of construction. The current RG and S Prestige guitars, and indeed many other makes of similar guitars, use a 3-piece or 5-piece neck. This is usually made of 3 main strips of maple, and in between you have a thin strip of walnut or some other darker wood. The dark thin strips are there for cosmetic purposes. This makes the neck less susceptible to twisting or bending, and therefore can be made thinner and longer. The disadvantages are primarily to the quality of the sound. You will get less resonance, and the sound will be duller, and there will be less sustain. This is because when sound moves from one medium to another, you get reflections and therefore attenuation. Also, each strip would have its own resonance characteristics and resistances to the vibration. And when the strips are running along the whole length of the neck, the effect becomes more pronounced. By contrast, the S Prestige neck of the early 2000s employs the scarf joint angled headstock method. This is the strongest angled headstock possible for electric guitars. Also, unlike the 5-piece neck, it does not require a volute under the nut. The headstock is attached to a hard rock quarter-sawn maple neck, which has a wide Bubinga skunk. Bubinga is significantly harder than maple. This seems to make this neck much more resonant than the 5-piece neck. It must be said here that the mahogany body of this guitar is also very hard and highly resonant. And this is why the S Prestige of the early 2000s are one of the best Ibanez guitars of this type, in my opinion. You can even feel it by just knocking with your knuckles on the back of the neck on this guitar and compare it to the current 5-piece neck type. The original idea behind the early S Prestige was to have a super versatile guitar with the best traditional tone wood and method of construction, with the neck made from quarter-sawn hard rock maple and rosewood fingerboard, a highly playable neck with frets finished masterfully, and with bindings for extra comfort. And the body is made from mahogany tone wood, which is normally heavy, as you experience with the Les Paul, for example. But to keep the tone of the mahogany body and reduce the weight to some degree, the center is kept thick and the sides are made thinner. The sides, as you can see. This results in a relatively lighter guitar, but highly resonant, with wonderful tone, and obviously a very playable guitar with this type of neck. Add to that the QM1 and QM2 pickups, and you have a great sounding guitar, expressive, rich tone with lots of sustain and harmonics. The QM1 is in the neck position. It's a ceramic humbucker with DC resistance of 15 kilo ohms, giving full clean tone. And the QM2 in the bridge position is also a ceramic humbucker with DC resistance of 18 kilo ohms, complementing QM1 with its dynamic punch. These are actually my favorite rock guitar pickups. You heard the driven sound. Let's now hear clean tones in all positions. Position 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Finger picking. I started using the S Prestige guitars back in 2002. I purchased this one, the S1620, in 2004 from the States because it was only available in the United States, because it looked so beautiful. And as I had the other guitars, I kept this one in its case and never used it. And now it's time to say goodbye to this wonderful guitar.